I'm running for U.S. House of Representatives, District 2. I got involved in politics during COVID because they shut down my kids' school. And they lied to us and they said, oh, we're going to open, then they didn't open, and I got mad and I knew that they were not going to do what they said they were going to do. So I pulled my daughter out of school, and my intent was to homeschool her. But a chance friendship at a summer wrestling camp catapulted her into the #1 girls wrestling school in the country. And while I was really happy that she was in a good place, I was just really frustrated with the Marin County school board, the Nevada school board. They closed the schools, they were masking the kids, they were threatening to force vax them. And I knew that all of the data was showing that the kids were not at risk for COVID, so I didn't understand it. So I co-sponsored quite a few anti-mandate, anti-vax protests, and some of them even went viral, they went national. And I went to the Marin County school board meetings, and I went to the Nevada school board meetings, and we were fighting with them about the closures, the masking, and the vaccine. Keep in mind, okay, in the meantime, parents all over the country were paying attention to what their kids were being taught in school. CRT, critical racist theory, and the radical gender ideology. So, the American Library Association sanctions drag queens reading to your toddlers. The presidential administration is fighting for the right to chemically castrate our children, and they're fighting for the right to censor you. And Rob Bonta and Gavin Newsom are threatening school districts, and they are threatening you if you try to make your kid's school tell you about their use of pronouns, okay? So my daughter is a ranked female wrestler, and I knew I needed to protect her from this radical gender ideology. If a man pretending to be a woman decided that he wanted to win at all costs, and he bullied his way onto the wrestling team. So, I am glad that I could be among the first people to raise awareness of these issues. Suddenly it seems as though these issues are no longer fringe issues, right? It was hard to talk about them at the time, but now it's not so hard. And I talked about them when it was difficult, and that shows leadership. And that is what we need our leaders to do. California is in trouble. 70% of Californians believe that when their kids are grown, they will be worse off than their parents. Inflation, crime, and homelessness is out of control, and people really don't know what they can do about it. Our country is on a precipice. Our sovereignty, our local control, our individual rights, our pursuit of happiness, that our rights are from God and not the government, are being infringed. Daily, we have to confront the government interference in our lives.